Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you guys like what you see on the channel and become part of this journey with me by subscribing, hitting that subscription button, of course, giving it those thumbs up. It's extremely important for the video. I'd like to mention that I do have a private crochet group. You're more than welcome to join as long as you have a profile pic. Also a Facebook crochet page. You can follow Instagram and TikTok. All of these links will be below in the description box. All you have to do is click and follow. I also like to mention that I use 4-ply, 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal brands. I am in Europe, in the islands. My colors go by number, not by name. So let's say this royal blue is number 3, and of course white stays white. Name only white. These are similar to Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton. Mine's a little bit thinner, so your patterns will become bigger. Also inside of the description box below will be a link in how to zoom in the stitch on any channel for that matter. It's a way of teaching you. A lot of you don't know how to zoom it in or zoom out, and how to slow down the video, turn your closed caption on, read, pause, take notes if you have to. I know sometimes I can get carried away and crochet a little bit too fast for you, but you know, sometimes I have control of it and sometimes I don't. It's just an old habit. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. So I use, for the most part, 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, of course, and a pair of scissors. A lot of people ask me about these balls of thread. They're 100 grams, equivalent to 325 yards. They're $12 a ball with shipping. Shipping is horrendous out here. Literally costs more than the pattern itself for a lot of times. It's crazy. But it's privately owned and we can't do anything about it. It is what it is, and we do need the post office, right? Okay, so we're going to get started. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, everyone. So a while back, quite a while back, I was requested to create sunflower. Now, there's so many ways to create sunflower, but I wanted something different. I do have the big flowers created already in my playlist, Mega Flower. I didn't want to go with that. I could have and used these colors and it would have been the sunflower. But to have a different flower, so we're going to create the flower. I already have the tutorial on these leaves, so I'm not going to redo it again. It's in the playlist. Leaves, but once I create the flower, I will list it below. If you want to create the same thing, you can go ahead and continue to add more flowers. I'm not leaves. I'm not going to. There has been a request for this table runner that I'm going to do with these sunflowers. You will need 2 of them of the same size for each end of this table runner. The difference with the table runner, I've already created a braided table runner similar that I've used a Mega Flower. I'm not going to create the braided runner because I already have the tutorial, but you can use that braided runner with this flower. I'm going to create a different one, centerpiece for the runner for this flower. But today we're just going to do the tutorial on the flower. It would take too much space and time to create everything in one video. Literally impossible. So we're going to get started. I have this yellow orange. Number 17 is the color number. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread, and these ones are number 20 in the brown color. Okay, number 20 is the name of the color. I'm going to be using a 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial and enjoy this beautiful runner that I'm going to do, which I will link everything below. Once I finish the runner, I will link the flowers and the leaves and so on, and also when when I finish doing the runner, I will link it to the flower. So if you guys want to create the same thing and you don't want to miss it, then everything will be listed in the description box below. Okay, so thank you so much. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. The good thing with this flower too, you can go as big as you like by keep adding the leaves. Very simple. And like I said, you can complete all the way around, adding these green leaves to it. Yes, and before I forget, I do have the multicolored green for the leaves because sometimes I forget the number. This is number 40, color number 40. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to do the magic circle. And if you cannot do it and do a 5 to 6 chain, I'm going to secure that with a slip stitch. Inside of this magic circle, I'm going to do 12 singles. Okay, so 12 singles. I've closed, or I'm going to close, I should say, my single with a slip stitch on the very first single. Then I'm going to go up 1, 2, and 3 chain. In the same stitch, we're going to do another double crochet. On the next stitch, I'm doing 3 double crochets. We're going to create the popcorn stitch. So I'm coming in that very first one, which is the 3 chains, and closing in my first popcorn. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming into the next stitch, and doing 2 double crochets. On my next one, I'm doing 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So we have 5 double crochets coming in that first one, closing in with slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to repeat this until we have 6 popcorns. Okay? So on the first one, 2 double crochet. On the second stitch, 3 double crochet. Total of 5 coming in our first one, closing in with slip stitch, and then again chain 3. So we need 3 more popcorns. Okay, everyone, so we've done the 6 popcorns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done the last one. I'm doing 2 chain. I don't want my hole to be too big, so I'm only doing 2 chain on the last one. And I'm going to come in and close it with slip stitch. Now, where we have the 3 chain, we're going to build popcorns again. The only difference is we're building 2 popcorns on the same stitch. So we're doing the 5 double crochets all in the 3 chain, 4 and 5, coming in that 3rd chain and closing it in. 1, 2, 3 chain. In the same stitch, building again 5 more double crochets for the second popcorn. We're going to do this to all of them. And closing. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do this all the way around the same way. And we have 1 more row. So this is the second row. We have 3 rows, exactly the same thing. So the next row, row 3, will be 2 popcorns inside of the 3 chain. I'm going to come back to you once I finish the 3rd row. Okay, because it's just a repeat of row number 2. 5 double crochets, come into the first one and close in, chain 3, and repeat again the popcorn in the same stitch. So it's 2 popcorns on the same stitch. One, 2, and 3, and repeat. And then once you close in, we're coming in with a single and 2 chain again, creating 2 popcorns in each 3 chain stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my 3rd row. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 3 rows of popcorn. So the first row has 6 and 3 chain. The second row has 2 popcorns on each 3 chain, and the third row also has 2 popcorns on each 3 chain. Okay, so let's get started with the next one. So you come in on any of these 3 chain, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to come back down into that same space as we've done the single and 8 chain. 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to skip a space and I'm coming into the next one. Okay, 1, 2 with a single. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back in and single. So I'm making these loops. 1, 2, and 3. Skip a space into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back into the same stitch. Chain 3. Skip a space into the next one. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so you should have 12 loops of 8 chains. Okay, so I've closed in with slip stitch on my very first single we did. I'm going to come in, do a single and 2 chain. Inside of the same one, I'm going to do 7 more. So we'll have a total of 8 double crochets. Trying to hide that little thread from the beginning. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 double crochets. Chain 2. We're going to create 8 more inside of this space, and all of them will be repeatedly the same way. All of the 8 chain loops. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to go directly into this spot here, but into the brown, covering that orange chain on the back. And then again, directly into the next one, and create your 8 double crochets, then your 2 chain, and 8 more double crochets. So we're creating those petals for the flowers. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Chain 2, back in, create 8 more. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming in where the brown chain is and single, and then go directly into the next 8 chain loop and create the 8 double crochets. So it's just a repeat now of what we've done, and you should have your 12 paddles of 16 chain, 16 double crochets, sorry. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of mine. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing my 12 paddles for the flower. I'm going to do the second row. Now this is perfect as it is if you're making small patterns. You can add this to it. Okay, so I've closed on my, we did the single in 2 chains on my second chain, which is the last one from the very first double crochet we did with slip stitch. Now I'm going to come through each double crochet here with slip stitch. We're going to do this all the way around all the paddles. Just slip stitch right through it into that 2 chain, slip stitch and 2 chain again, come back in, slip stitch also into that first double crochet with slip stitch. Pretty much only this to complete the flower all the way around. Just slip stitch at the edge. Then you get here to the very last one, you jump right away into the first one on the next paddle. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end, because then we're going to create the foundation of the loops again, those 8 chain loops for the second row of paddles. Into 2 chain with slip stitch, 2 chain, come back in, slip stitch, come on that first one, slip stitch. Okay, so that's all we're going to be doing, is just slip stitch all the way around. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished my last slip stitch. Okay, I'm going to bring, coming right in the center here, I'm going to bring the string to the back. Okay, we'll be working in the back space. I'm going to do 1 chain. Okay, we're in a back space here. And where we have these loops back here in the middle between the paddles, the single, that's what we're going to work on. So I'm going to work on this single here. I've done 1 chain. I'm going to come right through that single with a single. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to close it where I did that single with a single. So I have my first loop for my paddle in between paddles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain. I'm going to come and work between the paddle, that single right here, and do a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to close it in, grabbing these 2 loops from the single that we first started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain from one paddle to the other. So I'm coming behind here again and working in between paddles, doing a single. So when we do this single and we go up the 8 chain and we come back in to close it, it's on this single, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're coming back in to that very first single that we closed in on the loop here, okay? With a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, coming in between paddles and doing a single. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming in that single we closed in with a single. Okay, we're going to repeat that all the way around. So 7 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Coming in between the paddles, single, and then do your 8 chain and close in. Okay, everyone, so I've done my last 7 chains. I'm going to come on that first single we did with slip stitch. Okay, so now we have the 12 paddles back here, or loops, that we created with the 8 chain for the paddles. I'm going to come in my first loop of 8 chain with single 2 chain. We're going to create again those 8 double crochets exactly how we did with the first paddles. 6, 7, and 8. 2 chain. So exactly the same thing we did, and create 8 more double crochet. So this is going to stay in between the paddles, okay? We're going to come on the 7 chain and close it with a single. Come into the next loop of 8 chain and create your 8 double crochets again. Two chain and 8 more double crochets. Created my 8 double crochets, come where we have the 7 chain and create a single. So we're just going to repeat the paddles in between paddles, okay? And then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished my last one. I've closed in with slip stitch. Now, we're going to be adding, or connecting, I should say, the back one with the front one, okay? So I've closed in with slip stitch on the first one. I'm going to do the slip stitch like we did on this one. So 1, 2, 3. So I have 3. That means from the top, I'm on the 4th one. That means I'm going to come here on this one. We're not doing over the slip stitch we did here, but we will be doing on the back double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, And we have the fourth one here. And just pull your thread through it and then continue with slip stitch. So 1, 2, and 3, which was those 3 left. Coming inside of the 2 chain, doing the 2 chain, coming back in, exactly how we did, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. We're connecting them together. Now, this is the tricky part. We got to come back here and continue the slip stitch all the way to the bottom in order to connect the next one. Okay, so we're on the last one, coming on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. All you have to remember is that you have to be on the 4th from the top if you don't want to count from the bottom, okay? Again, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. On my 4th, I'm going to slip stitch and continue. 1, 2, and 3. You don't even need to do counting. You have to do counting is here when you're connecting, so they can line up perfectly and stay together, okay? Coming back in, slip stitch, and again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one. Slip stitch. Coming back here where we left off and continue the slip stitch all the way to the bottom. And then again, start to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means we are on the 4th one from the top. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And continue to slip stitch into the 2 chain with slip stitch, 2 chain, slip stitch, and continue on. So I'm on my 4th one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come to the back, continue to slip stitch. Okay, and that pretty much does it for this tutorial. It will all get straightened out once you've attached them all and also block them, and they become perfect into place. Okay, so thank you everybody. Make sure that your bell notification is on to follow up with the table runner that's coming with it. I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you so much everyone. Bye-bye.